What's up, guys? Today I'm going to show you how to hopefully permanently fix your condensation water in the headlight issue that you may be having. This is pretty common with aftermarket headlights and even OEM headlights when they get older and the seals go bad. And commonly the way to fix that is to redo the seals, taking out the headlight, baking it in an oven to heat up the glue, taking it off, re-gluing it. And that's a painful process for many, and I didn't want to do that. So this method I used to fix this headlight last year and the condensation issues I was having, and it's been a permanent fix for that. So I'm going to show you what to do here. So hopefully this will help somebody out there. This is a Nissan Z, but this is going to work regardless of what vehicle you have. To access the back of my headlights, the first thing I have to do is I'm going to have to lift up the car and get to this panel. Some vehicles you can access from the hood, and if you can get to the back of your headlights where you would change the light bulbs at, then you can skip this next method. But for this vehicle, I'm going to have to take the wheel off in order to get to that. So here we go. Alright, so now we've got the car jacked up and I've taken the wheel off. The next step is for me to get to the back of the headlight is back here. I'm going to have to remove this plastic lining, which for me and on this car involves removing a few 10mm bolts on there and just pulling this back. Now, depending on what vehicle you're doing this on, you may not have to do that. If you can access the back of your bulbs from inside the hood and just reaching over, then awesome, more power to you. On Nissan Infiniti vehicles, it's a smaller engine bay, and I just can't get to that. And also because the Nissan Infiniti engineers hate people, apparently, so they make everything difficult. But anyway, so if you can just reach the back of your headlight, you can skip this step, but I'm going to go ahead and pry this back to get to the headlights and show you what to do next. So I've taken the 10mm bolts out of the bottom of here. There's a few of these little plastic fasteners, and with these, what you can do is when they expand, if you're not familiar with these, they go in the hole, and then when this little basically plastic nail screw goes through there, it expands it. You can just put a flathead screwdriver under there and pull up on it, and then that'll allow it to come out. Sometimes they break. I'll put a link in the video description where you can get more if you need them, because I replace mine quite frequently. The old ones broke. These are actually new ones I've replaced when I put this tray in about a year ago. The original ones were kind of dry rotted. But anyway, now we can pull this out of the way and get to the back of the headlight. Alright, so there is the back of my headlight, and this is really what we're looking for. This is the main housing for the main headlight. This is the biggest area. So this is what I want to undo. And I actually siliconed this in a little bit whenever I install these headlights, just hoping to keep this sort of thing from happening. But nevertheless, some seal somewhere has allowed condensation. So I'm going to turn this and open it. And I may need both hands here in a second. So I'm going to put the camera down. There we go. Just had to get it to line up right. So there's the back of the headlight housing. Now I'm going to actually bring my shop vac over here and just kind of wedge it in this area with it on, so that the suction will kind of grab on to hold it there. And that, I'll leave it running for probably 10 minutes or so, and it will get rid of this condensation. It's going to suck all this out. And then I'll show you what we put in there to absorb it, which is going to be silica bags, those silica gel bags that absorb moisture. We're going to fit probably 4 or 5 of those in there, and that's going to keep this moisture from being a problem in the future. Shop vac. Alright, so I just wedged this shop vac in there. The suction's keeping it in the headlight bay. It's going to suck out all this moisture, and it's about 8-9 minutes to 12. We'll come back in about 10-15 minutes and take a look at it. Most of this should be gone. Turn that off. It hasn't even been 10 minutes yet, and we're already got all that moisture out of there. There's just a tad bit here, but that's about to go away. And really, this would happen even without the vacuum just opening this up, but the vacuum definitely speeds up the process. Now, the final step that is going to keep this from happening again and again is these silica packets. Again, I'll put a link in the video description if you want to pick some of these up. You may have some around the house and some shoe boxes and whatnot, but the key is putting as many in there as you can fit. 3 or 4 is usually sufficient, and keep this from coming back. That's what I did on my other headlight last year, and I just wedged them around the sides of it like so, and because we don't know where the leak, so to speak, is, the bad seal that's allowing a little bit of moisture from the temperature change. It's really condensation. In my case, it's not rainwater or anything like that. It's just the temperature variance is allowing air to seep in there and the condensation. So this will absorb that condensation whenever it happens again. And so if you see, it doesn't mean that you won't still get condensation temporarily, but it will be temporary. So if you see like a weather change, a temperature change early in the morning or at night, you may see a little bit build up in there. Like I had some in this one first thing this morning, but within an hour it was gone. And so that's the case. It's going to absorb that stuff in there when it gets in there, and it won't just stay in there. So you won't have to take this panel off in the future and let it dry out, that sort of thing. So I have one more small one I'm going to shove in here. I'll put it on this side. And this will absorb that moisture in the future. Now we can put our cap back on here, and we'll be good to go. So I'm going to put that on, put the car back together. But that's what you have to do, guys. Just put some silica packets in the back of your headlight, and that should take care of you and your condensation issues. Hopefully this is helpful for somebody. If so, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.